Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Ranking Member Fulcher and members of the subcommittee. I'm happy to have two bills on the docket for this important hearing. The first is H.R. 3197. That's the Save the Liberty Theater Act. The Liberty Theater is located in my district in beautiful Eunice, Louisiana, and it's been a staple of Louisiana's Cajun community for nearly a century. It's hosted famed Cajun musicians and served as an important center of culture and tourism, not only for the local community, but for all of South Louisiana. For years, the theater worked hand in hand with the neighboring Prairie Acadian Cultural Center that's operated by the National Park Service. Through this partnership, the Park Service and the city of Eunice were able to organize and carry out various cultural events that showcase the unique Louisiana heritage that so many people worldwide cherish and embrace. Because the Park Service and the Liberty Theater facilities share the same city block, each assumed certain maintenance and upkeep responsibilities that were mutually beneficial. Unfortunately, because of funding constraints, this shared responsibility was unable to continue, and a memorandum of understanding between the two parties was terminated. There's still an opportunity for the Park Service and the theater to collaborate on various events, but they simply no longer share in the upkeep and maintenance responsibilities of the two facilities. And the cost of upkeep for Liberty Theater is considerable. The building is also in need of some extensive renovations and restoration. A group of local stakeholders has begun outreach to raise the funds necessary to bring the theater back to its former glory, but a technical problem remains regarding the National Park Service's ownership interest in an annex to the theater that was built to allow disabled individuals to access the facility. The ownership interest of the Park Service has made it somewhat difficult to secure restoration dollars because some believe that that interest brings red tape that would slow that necessary process. My bill remedies this problem by directing the Secretary of the Interior to convey the Park Service's ownership interest of the annex to the city of Eunice. This simple act will give the city full ownership of the theater and the annex so the community can move forward with the restoration efforts. We work closely with the Park Service on this bill, and while they haven't issued a formal statement on their position, they have reviewed the text and they deem it technically sufficient, and they have no suggested edits. We have full community support, and you'll hear from my good friend, the mayor of Eunice, on this issue in a separate panel. This is a straightforward matter that has a simple solution, so I thank you for scheduling it for today's hearing, and I look forward to working with you as the process continues.